Hello everybody and welcome back to Lucky by Nature. So today I am doing a little something different. Today I am going to fight these two guys, the Spino versus the Rex. And I know a lot of you may be thinking, well, why in the world would you do that? Well, the reason is because we had a request and also we had questions as to why is it that people still prefer the Rex over the Spino? And the simple answer is because of the health. Now, a lot of people have seen these fights, the Spino versus the Rexes, and the Spinos pretty much win every time. And I am dealing with 225 level on both sides, and I went ahead and put the exact same amount of levels on health and the same amount of levels on stamina and also melee damage. So that way we can see the difference. Of course, the melee damage is going to show the same, but in reality, the Spino does less damage. But it usually goes on bipedal, which it does almost the same amount of damage. And then if you have the buff, of course, it's going to do even more. But there is a significant difference when it comes to health. As you saw, it was almost 3,000 point difference. And if we were to put more levels onto both of them, the disparity in health keeps on getting greater. So if we were to take some dinos like Rexes into a boss fight, we would be bringing some in that are around 34,000 to, anywhere 40,000 health, where the Spinos don't get anywhere to that. So as you saw, it did give the smackdown pretty good to that poor Rex. And we still have about 1100 health, which that's actually pretty good. So in effect, we had about a 4,000 point difference in damage, I guess you could say. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to control the Rex this time. And reason being is that the Rex fights twice as fast if you're on it, where the Spino fights the same either way, whether somebody's on it or not. As you can see, it still slaps you quite fast. And that is the reason that it wins when you set them 1 versus 1 or, however many, like 3 versus 3, whatever it is. They're always gonna win because it's almost like somebody is riding them. At least they fight at that speed. But now you guys are gonna see that there is a significant difference when you are riding the Rex. And now this Spino made a pretty big mistake by taking bites instead of slapping me around. So now it's really gonna get destroyed. And I went ahead and put primitive saddles on both, so that way they would be the same. I'm just invisible on this one. But as you can see, that's a pretty significant difference. And I did go ahead and put 1 extra point because I meant to put the 36 points on each one, which I did the same for the Spino as well. So I wanted to get to 9,000, basically. And so there you have it. Now, the reason that this question keeps on coming up is because Vixen took a whole bunch of Spinos into one of the boss fights, and they all got destroyed. They didn't even stand a chance. But yet, we can take these Rexes in, and we win without, too much of a problem. And that is why, I guess people were kind of confused as to, hey, they always win on these, versus videos, but people still don't take them to do boss fights. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to go ahead and head on over to the water, so that way the Spino has a buff. Now unfortunately I do not have a shallow water, but let's head on over. Alright, so here we are. It started fighting me already, and that's okay. Of course, I guess you could say I'm kind of cheating right here a little bit, so I'm gonna stay as close as possible. But if I jump into the pool, obviously the Spino's gonna have the edge. But I think I'm gonna have to do it anyway, because otherwise, yeah, there's no way. It doesn't stand a chance at this rate. And I think it's gonna start slapping me around. Yeah, that's what it's doing. Yeah, there it is. It's okay. I can still take it, guys. I can still do it. Now, it is gonna be taking a few free shots at me, and that's alright. The main thing that I have to worry about, of course, is that my Rex doesn't drown. So I have to make sure that I keep on going up. Ouch. I'm definitely not gonna have as much. Oh, look at that. We're both bloody. But I think I'm winning this battle. But I won't have as much health as I did last time, of course, because it keeps on going around me. So it does take a few shots. Now, if somebody was riding it, then it would be much different. If we were using tactics and things like that. Because then they could just go behind me and keep on hitting me. But luckily we don't have to deal with that with any boss fights where we have to do that. And see, 2200. So it's not too bad still. But I think it would be more fun if we find out how we do against another person. So I think I'm going to ask Vixen to get on her Spino. And we're gonna have a little fight here, and let's see who wins. Alright, so here are the stats. As you can see, 5,700 against 9,000. And so we have the same amount of points on all those three things. But I want you guys to see from my point of view and from her point of view. And as you can see, it doesn't fight any faster. The Spino doesn't. So I already know that I'm gonna win, so of course Vixen is telling me not to kill her or not to eat her, but you know I'm gonna have to do it if she loses, because I have a feeling that if I lose, she's gonna do that to me. But we'll see what happens. Alright, she's looking a little bloody from my point of view. Oh yeah, she's pretty much done. And there you go. Well, now we gotta eat her just to make sure. So there you have it. Now let's go ahead and check and see how much health we have. And almost 4,000. That's, you know, kind of like before, just slightly less. But yeah, not much difference. So yeah, there was no way, and I think Vixen's gonna come over and it's gonna beat my butt here. But anyways, guys, so there you have it. Now I hope that explains it all. But that's it for me, so until next time, keep surviving.
My work saved the human race.